Good morning, guys. So I spent the last day cutting the beams with the chainsaw mill. They're gonna be the beams to support the loft. So now that those are cut, I'm gonna go ahead and start framing the walls, getting all the studs in, and see how far I can get on it. All right, I'm ready to get started framing here. I'm gonna work on this wall first. Get this wall done. It's going to be in two sections. I'm going to do this 8-foot section, and then it's going to have the window in it. Then I'm going to have the 4 studs right in the center that the beam's going to be sitting on, and then it'll be that last 8-foot section. I'm working with I don't have any long 2x6s, so it's going to be a lot of 8-foot sections, which it doesn't really matter for this 16-foot wall, works out all right. The top plates are going to be cut, and they're just going to overlap. The double top plate's going to overlap in the corners, so this wall's top plate's going to overlap onto this wall, and etc. for all of them. They're all going to, just to tie the walls together, I'll use the double top plate to overlap, and not only will they be nailed together and the sheeting's going to tie them together, but I want the top plate to tie them together also. So I'm just going to get some cuts done to get this wall laid out, and I have to measure and figure out where the window's going to go. Well, the first thing, it's going to be 93-inch top and bottom plate, so I got to cut these down. So just always remember that you want to put the crown up on everything. So if the crown's up, that means it's going out. So make sure all the studs, everything, you do the crown the same way, and you always want it out. You don't want it facing in. So these, all of these 2x6s here that I have behind me, they're all stud length 2x6s, which means they come at, I believe it's 92 and 5/8. Those are all just stud length, so I don't have to cut them. I can just drop them in where I want them. I'm going to put my 2 end ones in, and then I'm going to measure out and see where my window is going to be and what height I want my window at, so I can start cutting some of the studs that I need for around the window. I don't know all the proper terminology. I know like king studs and with cripples and jack studs. So if I'm not calling something what it's supposed to be called, that's just because I'm not a professional framer. I know this takes more time. Instead of just measuring, marking, and throwing the studs in, it takes more time to lay it out like this. Use your square, draw in where the studs, don't just mark the center of the stud, draw on each side of the stud, but then when you go to nail it in, it's a lot easier to make sure the stud's sitting where you want it to be sitting. I was going to do the window height the same, the top of the window the same level of the door, but I'm going to change that up. I have a 36 by 80 door, so the rough opening would be 82.5 high, and if I were to make the top of the window 82.5 inches high, then the bottom of the window would only be, it would be like 46 inches, and I want the bottom of the window lower. One thing I don't like is if you're sitting down in a chair or whatever, a couch or whatever you're going to have, if you can't see out the window because you're sitting, I want to be able to see out and kind of see down a bit. although it doesn't really matter too much because there's a slope, but still 46 inches is a little too high for the bottom of my window. So I'm going to change that up. I'm going to cut this side window. I'm going to have it, the top of the window 74 inches. So I'm going to cut these jack studs at 74, 2 of them. And that'll bring the bottom of the window will be down to 38 inches. So 51 top sill and then a 51-inch header, and then I can start nailing it all together, and I'll do the little studs above the window and the studs below the window after. Make it a little lighter when I stand it up. Oh, that was a good boy. Where did you go? You gotta stay close to me, huh? Yeah, you're tired now. That was a good boy. Yes, so you get scratches now. You get scratches. Yeah, you get scratches. Good boy, good boy. Oh, you're switchy. Oh, my boy's so itchy. Oh, you're so itchy right there. Oh, yeah. Good. That was good. You're my good boy. Oh, you're happy now. I'm gonna nail this together here quickly, and then I'm gonna get the exact measurement for the header. I want it to be a tight fit, so I might as well shoot these together quickly. This is where it now comes in handy when you have everything marked out, because I don't have to guess where these jack studs go or the king studs go, because I have them marked out with the J and a K here, so I know what's what. Okay, I got these all crown up, so I'm gonna start dropping them in place here. There it is. This whole wall section is framed. Now let's stand it up. I'm going to start by standing up this section. I've screwed in some blocking there so it doesn't slip off the end, so I can hit it and I know once it hits that, it's at the edge. I've also chalked a line, so I'm going to want to line up the front of my bottom plate with that blue chalk line. So I'm going to drag it forward towards me, lift it up, and get it into place along that blue line. Then I'm going to get this big 6-foot level and level it off this way, back and forward. I'm going to have to check and make sure it's square side to side, which it should be, but I'll have to double check that. But my main concern is making it level, so like front and back. So I'll do that and then screw it in with that bracing I've got over here just to hold it that way. So it's probably going to be pretty heavy, but I think I shouldn't struggle too much. Okay, now I'm going to drag it hopefully my way a couple inches. Okay, and then I just got to stand it up. Lift completely with your back, right? Well, Okay, so should stay like this. Odin, you stay over there. It's risky. So I gotta adjust it a tiny bit my way towards me. It's leaning, it's just not even a 1/16 out. So I'm just gonna start the screw and then level this corner. Man, I wish I had more hands. Okay, so that's where it needs to be. I'm going to go ahead and shoot now down into the joist and through the floor. I'm going to try and hit every joist as well as the rim joist. Okay, so now let's get this beam stood up now, or this pillar. You're gonna clean up the job site for me? Okay. So, yeah, I see that. You're doing a good job. Good thing I'm paying you minimum wage. So I'm gonna just nail through from this side into here. Alright, let's get this one stood up. It should be a little lighter. I need to tap it over in the bottom here. There we go. Just get this back into place. There. Yeah, that's level. Okay, so I'm just going to shoot it twice there for now. And now let's get an impact. Now I'll screw in this bracing here. Okay, so let's level this. So this front wall, it's a 20-foot wall minus the 5.5, so minus 11 inches. I'm going to be framing it in 3 sections. First section is going to be where this one window is. Then the next section is going to be the door and about a foot on either side. And then the third section is going to be the same as this section where the window is. So because I'm working with shorter, only 8-foot lengths, I'm going to split it into 3 short sections and then nail them all together. Hopefully I can get this wall complete today, get it in place and all nailed in and leveled, and then tomorrow I can do that wall, and then the day after I'll get the back wall done. so I'm doubling up on the jack studs to support the header because this is a 60-inch wide window. If your window's over 48 inches wide, it's best practice to double up on the jack studs that support the header. So I'm going to do 2 on either side, and then I'll put my header in. So I got to cut 4 down to 74 inches. Alright, so I need 3 studs below my window, and then I'll do the top of the header once the window's standing, just like this one. I was waiting for one more small chunk to use and put in the last little stud up there, and I can nail it down from the top. So I got to put in 3 more of the 42 3/8, then I'll stand this wall up and start on the door section. Hi buddy, are you getting all the squirrels? Odin's doing his part by chasing all the squirrels out of the immediate area, so that's an important job that you got, Odin. Yeah, you got an important job too. You gotta go chase the squirrels, alright? Good boy. I drag it my way a bit, and then lift it. Is that good? And maybe a little more. Oh. Same thing as this side. I've chalked my line on the ground where I want the wall to be sitting. Alright, so that wall is in place. Now, the one thing that right off the bat I'm hoping it's not going to bother me is how this is a 36-inch window and this is a 30-inch window. So I kept the tops at the same. So that means this bottom windowsill is 6 inches higher than this one. So I don't know if it's going to bother me. The wood stove's going to be sitting on an angle here, and the pipe's going to be running up through the roof, so it's going to be, you're not going to be able to see side to side comparing one side and another, because there's going to be a chimney pipe in between and the stove in front, so that might throw it off enough where it doesn't stand out too far or too much. I thought that the tops not being lined up would be more obvious than the bottoms. That's going to be the view out the one window. There will be a porch 8 feet in front of this wall, but I'll still get the view. It's going to have a roof, but I'll still get the view up in this field where there's always animals walking through. Good morning, guys. So I'm picking up again on these walls. It's day 3. This wall's ready to stand up, and it's got to shoot these studs below the window in and get this one lifted up into place and leveled off and nailed into place and braced. And then I'm going to get this side wall done. It should go faster than the other side wall. I'm not going to be putting a window on it. So I decided this first 8-foot section it's all going to be stairwell pretty much, so there's no need for a window on it. And then the last 8-foot section, which will be in the kitchen, I'm not going to have a window on this side. I'm going to have an 8-foot window pointed out back. So I'm going to get started. Odin's on squirrel duty over there in the trees. It was cold this morning. I had to dress up and put a jacket on. Had to be around freezing, and it still hasn't warmed up that much. This together now. How does this window look? Is it level with the other? Looks good. That's going to be a big door, but that's alright. The reason I'm using the 36 by 80 door is because it was free. Someone switched out their garage door to a brand new one, so I took their older one for free. It's a heavy steel exterior door. I'm just going to have to make my own door jamb for it. Gotta get this one out a bit. Now I just gotta lift this one up. It shouldn't be, this should be a light one, or lightish. However many 9s 2x6s weigh. Good morning, guys. So I didn't get much done yesterday. It rained pretty much all day long, so I only got a little bit done and I couldn't really video much of it, so I'll show you what I got done. This wall's up and leveled and braced. I got this pillar here. I just got to put the top plate on it, and then I'm going to stand that up here and get it attached to this wall and leveled off. And then I've got the 2x6s to finish this 8-foot wall here. This is gonna stand up. Sure it goes the other way. got this one standing. All right, that's all the wood I have. So I don't have enough to do the however many studs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 chunks of studs that go in here. I don't have that, and I'll probably have enough to fill in up here. I got to do above all the headers still. I've put in a couple pieces that I just haven't nailed them in yet. So, but this is all my leftover full 2x6s. Now I got to lift this wall, and it's got to be the heaviest wall. It is the heaviest wall, and my back's not doing the best right now, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but I'm gonna try it. Oh yeah, I don't know if I can stand up. Alright, I can only do that once. Now that's going to be a view from the kitchen. Okay, I got this one leveled off with this wall. Now I can nail this chunk in place. I'm just about finished with this wall. Alright, that's the last wall up. Now I just gotta go through and add in the few studs below the windows. I got 2 here, and I got 1, 2, 6 under that big window, and then add in a couple pieces above the window, and then I can get my ladders set up and start doing the second top plate. Alright guys, that brings framing the walls to an end for this trip. I still have to nail in the studs above the window headers and the door header. I just cut them and put them into place for now. They're not nailed in or anything. Once that's done, or once the walls are done, I'll be on the framing the loft floor. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, make sure to click subscribe so you can follow along with the cabin build. I'm hoping to get the loft framed before snow starts. So thanks for watching.